you feel it. Playoff baseball.
Now, from Fenway Park in Boston, it's the Red Sox trying to stay alive in Game 3 of the American League Division Series. For Boston, 2003 has been a remarkable season, featuring baseball's most prolific offense. But the postseason has matched the Sox sluggers against the A's and the American League's top pitching staff. In Game 1, Pedro Martinez and Tim Hudson matched up, and the game went into the wee small hours with a stunning finish.
That's the ball game. The A's, they win it in the 12th inning.
Then in Game 2, Cy Young winner Barry Zito baffled the powerful Boston sluggers and left the stumbling Sox within one game of elimination. Now, the Red Sox return to friendly Fenway with Derek Lowe on the mound. For the Red Sox, it's win or go home for the winter. Time is running out. This is Fenway Park, opened in 1912, home of the Red Sox, and the Red Sox are hoping to play many more games this year here in October, but they will have to win tonight if they're to do so. Tonight, the Red Sox face elimination at home. The Oakland Athletics are trying to sweep the Sox. The Red Sox returning home are hoping to turn this series around. They are in dire straits, however, trailing 2-0. They hand the ball to their ace right-hander, Derek Lowe, 17-7 for the year and 11-2 here at Fenway Park. Meanwhile, Oakland will go with Ted Lilly, 12-10 overall, but he won 6 in a row down the stretch, helping offset the loss of Mark Mulder. Hello, everyone. I'm John Miller with Joe Morgan, and here we are. Last night, Wrigley Field. Tonight, Fenway Park. It doesn't get any better than that. And one thing is for sure, the Red Sox love to hit in this ballpark. The Red Sox hit historically well this year, the best slugging percentage of all time. And yet, this Oakland staff has shut them down the first 2 games, but now they're back here at Fenway.
Well, you don't count on them being shut down tonight, John. In Oakland, that's not a hitter-friendly ballpark, plus the Oakland pitching staff. This is a hitter-friendly ballpark, and the reason is the green monster in left field. They hit .316 here, .263 on the road. The reason for that is the left-handed hitters take advantage of the left field wall. The right-handed hitters take advantage of the wall and the spacious right center field area. So this is a hitter-friendly ballpark. They have a lot of good hitters on this Red Sox team. They're going to have to outscore them tonight. All right, so Manny Ramirez is yet to hit. David Ortiz is yet to hit. They're hoping to break loose big time here tonight. And Derek Lowe will try and shut down the Athletics. He's getting ready to head out to the mound to face the Oakland Athletics and their MVP from last year, Miguel Tejada. They'll be facing off shortly. Division Series, the Athletics and the Red Sox from Fenway Park. And we are moments away from getting started. The lineups have been exchanged at home plate by the managers, Ken Maka of the Athletics, Grady Little, the Red Sox, and Manny Ramirez leads the Red Sox out onto the field. They had rain most of the day, and the tarp was just removed from the infield maybe an hour ago. So the outfield itself is going to be rather slippery tonight, perhaps treacherous. We'll have to see how it plays. With us here tonight at Fenway Park is our colleague, Gary Miller. Gary?
John, when you're in the kind of situation the Red Sox are in, you got to do anything to change your luck. When Kevin Millar came to the park for the workout yesterday, Andy Abad, a late-season call-up, gave him a buzz cut. The rest of the team saw his commitment. Tonight, almost everyone on the team has either shaved their head completely, in the example of Gabe Kapler, who hits next to Millar there in the lineup, or cut it very short. Over 15 players in this roster have done that. Now, this is a guy who treated his bat with deer urine when he was a Marlin, so he knows something about trying to change your luck. Derek Lowe said he'll cut his hair tomorrow. The Red Sox hope there is a tomorrow.
All right, well, we'll see how effective that strategy is here. It'll only help you if you can hit. Now let's take a look at the Oakland Athletics batting order, turned in by manager Ken Maka, presented by Bristol Myers Squibb. Billy McMillan in left field as Jose Guillen has that hand hurting him right now a little bit more than it had been. He's out. Rubiel Durazo, the DH. Miguel Tejada at short, and he's only 1 for 10 in the series. Eric Chavez, the other big Oakland slugger, 0 for 10. Ramon Hernandez, the game one hero, the catcher. Scott Hatterberg, the former Red Sox, at first base. Mark Ellis at second base. Terrence Long gets the start in right field, hitting 8th, and Eric Burns, one of the heroes of game 2, with a big 2-run double. Derek Lowe is on the mound, 17-7, and Joey got that great sinker.
Well, he's going to have to use his sinker. He feels comfortable here in this ballpark. He keeps the ball down. He gets a lot of ground balls. He has a better ratio than anyone, almost 4-to-1 ground balls to fly balls. So, and he throws a very, very good sinker, throws a slider also. But the sinker is his main pitch. And he changes speeds on it a little bit, similar to Kevin Brown of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So the Red Sox, and one of their watchwords this year has been to cowboy up. First pitch in there for a called strike, which also comes from Kevin Millar. Even somebody here wrote a song called Cowboy Up, which they played just before the Red Sox took the field. That is a little bit low. Paul Emmel is the home plate umpire tonight. And you see the way Derek Lowe pitches. He'll throw you a medium sinker to get ahead of you, and then he throws the good sinker. That was his good sinker. 1 ball, 1 strike, and ball 2 outside. McMillan, during the year, hit .268 in 153 at-bats. He was Oakland's most often used pinch hitter. At the first base line, that's a fair ball. And Millard takes it himself, and there is one away. And let's take a look at the defense behind Derek Lowe. And the big change is right there at second base. Damian Jackson's in there in place of Todd Walker, because Jackson covers a little more ground, and you're going to get a lot more ground balls off of Lowe. And other than that, it's a pretty good defense. Not a great defense. I think Manny Ramirez has really improved in left field, and you got Gabe Kapler in right field with a strong arm. Now, here is Rubiel Durazo, the former Arizona Diamondback, who has been a force so far in this series. He drove in the tying run in the 9th inning of game 1 against Alan Embry as he fouls one off his foot for strike 1. He is 3 for 8 so far and has driven in 3 runs. After him, Tejada, and then Chavez. And it's interesting because the Boston Sluggers, especially Ramirez and Ortiz, have been shut down. And that's very noticeable. The Red Sox have lost the first 2 games, but Oakland's 2 big sluggers, Tejada and Chavez, have been shut down as well. 1 strike pitch. Fastball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. And that's a different fastball. Anytime you see Veritek raise his glove, you're going to see the straight fastball. That was a straight fastball, and they tried to get inside on him, and they were able to do so. The only time you'll see him raise his glove is when he wants that straight fastball. Other than that, he's going to try to keep the sinker down. Well, you see Durazo trying to break Derek Lowe's rhythm here, stepping out, taking a little longer than normal. And too low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. In game 1, Lowe actually came in out of the bullpen in that extra inning marathon at the Oakland Coliseum and took the loss through 42 pitches in that one. Backdoored him with a breaking ball and missed off the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, both Lowe and his manager, Grady Little, insist that that actually benefited Lowe. The plan going in was for him to pitch an inning or 2 in that game. Well, the reason for that is because he hadn't pitched in a while, and if he would not have pitched there, this would be 9 days in between the last time he pitched and today. So they had a plan, and really they ended up using him in the right way. I mean, here's a guy that could have gone as long as they needed him to go in that first game in order to win it. Speaking of which, just about everybody is available out of the Boston bullpen today as Durazo strikes out chasing that sinker. Well, he laid off a couple of close pitches, but eventually you're going to chase that sinker with 2 strikes. And because it starts in the strike zone and sinks out. And this is what Derek Lowe does to you. Watch the movement on this pitch. See, it's up, up. Now look where the catcher catches it. Down and away. And watch, it starts up, and that's why Durazo thinks it's a strike, and then it just moves off the plate. Now, starts up, not to be confused with cowboy up. All right, here's Tejada. And he takes ball 1 down and away. But going back to this thing about the whole Red Sox pitching staff really is available out of the bullpen tonight, except for tomorrow's
scheduled starter John Burkett, and that includes Pedro Martinez. Pedro Martinez could be used as the closer for the Red Sox today. But very softly, Lowe barehands it and just got it. The side is retired. Lowe retires the Athletics in short order. Nomar coming up second. The Red Sox coming to bat.
Home of Logan, the service dog, and we're also Maine's #1 selling Toyota dealer, both new and used. With over 500 import and domestic vehicles in stock, we have a car, truck, SUV, or van for everyone, and we will beat any advertised price on a new Toyota in Maine. For quality, selection, and service, and the lowest price, Down East Toyota, across from the new Super Walmart on Wilson Street in Brewer. Call us at 1-800-TOYOTAS. Take Logan's advice, check anywhere you wish first, but check us last. Right, Logan?
ESPN2's presentation of the 2003 MLB Division Series, brought to you by PlayStation 2.
After rain through much of the day, we're starting right on time at Fenway. The Athletics have already come and gone in their first inning at bats, and now the Red Sox are coming up against Ted Lilly. And here's the Bristol-Myers Squibb Red Sox batting order. It'll be Johnny Damon in center, Nomar Garcia-Parra hitting second and short, Bill Miller, the American League batting champion, at third base. Manny Ramirez, they're hoping he'll break out tonight. He's in left. David Ortiz hitless in Oakland, the DH. Kevin Millar at first base. Jason Varitek, the catcher, hit seventh. Gabe Kapler in right field. And Damian Jackson starting in place of Todd Walker at second base because of all the ground balls that Lowe ordinarily will induce. And there is Ted Lilly, 12-10 during the regular season.
And Johnny won 6 of his last 7 decisions, so he's on a roll, and he's throwing the ball very, very well. He has a fastball, curveball, slider, change, and he has a two-seam fastball. That's the sinker. The 4-seam's a rider. So he is well equipped to hold the Red Sox down, but he's going to have to stay ahead of the hitters.
Johnny Damon bluffs the bunt and takes high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Sean, I could just feel the energy in this ballpark, not just with the fans, but with the players as well. And it's going to be up to Lilly to slow this down, to stifle all this energy in the first couple of innings. So there is a lot of energy there with the players.
He made a beautiful pitch right there to Damon, knee high on the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the slider off the outside. 2 balls and a strike. Lilly lost his last start, which was really just a tune-up, last Sunday in Seattle. Before that, had won 6 in a row. Damon, well, he might have helped him out on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The one key for Lilly is his fastball. We're going to have to see if he throws it a lot, if he's willing to challenge some of these hitters early in the count with the fastball. And he looks like he's throwing pretty well.
2-2 the count. This one is down the left field line. That one is a fair ball. It'll roll into the corner and up against the wall. The carom played by McMillan as Damon eases into second, and he has led off the first inning with a double. Meanwhile, they're playing in Chicago at Wrigley. Here's an update from Carl Rabbit.
John, thank you very much. Maybe the Red Sox bats are going. Atlanta's bats got going today. Chipper Jones hit a home run from the left side of the plate and later from the right side. Bobby Valentine, he looked like he was dialed in.
He was dialed in with his back up against the wall, and he put the outfielders' backs up against the wall. Chipper is the man's man doing what he has to do.
John, they're running away with it. Looks like they're going back to Atlanta.
All right, now here is Nomar Garcia-Parra, runner at second. Nobody out. Nomar takes a fastball high and tight for ball 1. Nomar 3 for 8 so far in this series with a couple of walks.
John, we saw exactly what I was talking about, the left-handed hitters. Damon trying to go the other way. They do that more here than they do on the road, the left-handed hitters.
Called a strike on the inside. Nomar backing away from it, but it caught the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And because of the Green Monster being so close, the left-handed hitters can hit it just as easily as the right-handed hitters do.
It says 310 feet to the left field foul pole, but most who have played here, especially most who have pitched here, think that it's much closer than that. Fastball too far in that time. 2 balls and a strike to Nomar. Bill Miller on deck.
John, I remember a quote from Ted Williams. He walked it off, and it was supposed to be like 296 down the left field line. rather than the stated 310.
2-1 the count. He dropped down a little bit with that one, but missed inside again. 3-1.
And you see he's trying to throw a lot of breaking balls. Again, I think he has to establish his fastball. The games that I've seen him pitch well this year, he established his fastball first and then went to the off-speed pitches.
3-1 the count to Garcia-Parra. That's Damon at second. And a foul, and now it's a full count. Lilly pitched one time here this year. That was in August 20th. And it wasn't pretty. He went 3 1/3 innings and gave up 6 runs and 10 hits to the Red Sox. Although Oakland then came from behind in the late innings of that game and won. 3-2 to count. And he walks him. And that doesn't often happen. Nomar, a free swinger, but he walked, putting 2 men on with nobody out.
Well, there's going to be a lot of pressure on this A's defense because I think Boston's going to put a lot of pressure on them by putting a lot of balls in play, putting a lot of people on base. Let's take a look at the defense. And there you see Ellis at second, Tejada. They are very, very capable up the middle. Burns in center. McMillan takes over in left. Long in right in place of Jermaine Dye. And Chavez, of course, a Gold Glove winner at third.
Now Bill Miller, the batting champion. And it's 0-1. Miller has had great success as a left-handed hitter. He's sort of the prototype of what you're talking about here at Fenway. When he batted left-handed at Fenway this year, he hit .369. But only .275 as a right-handed hitter, where he's batting here at the moment. He hit .295 right-handed overall this year. 2 men on, nobody out. No score in the game. And a pop foul by Miller off to the right. So quickly, he's behind in the count now. 0-2. Manny Ramirez is on deck. Miller had just a remarkable season. He's always been a good hitter, but a guy who hit very few homers and was mostly a singles hitter. And this year, 19 homers, 45 doubles, 5 triples, and 85 runs batted in.
And again, a lot of that is due to playing in this ballpark and playing with a lot of good hitters.
You got Damon at second, Garcia-Parra at first. Nobody out. And Lilly missed badly with that fastball.
Well, that was supposed to be a show-me fastball. I'm just going to show it to you, and then I'll try to get you out with something else. But he wanted to make sure he didn't miss in the strike zone with it.
Looked like he was trying to show it to us up here in the roof of Fenway. That was a little bit high. There's Ramirez on deck. The wind is blowing out at Fenway right now. Straight out. Not a real strong breeze at the moment. Just off the outside corner with that one. That might have been the one he's trying to throw the pitch before.
Well, he definitely wanted that one on that pitch. And there you see the wind blowing out. That's the center field flag.
Before the game, when it was raining, it was blowing out to left field. Right now, it's blowing mostly the straightaway center and sometimes to right field. 2-2. He struck him out.
And that's what I like about Lilly when he's throwing well. He will challenge you with the fastball because he has a good one. And this fastball is running away from Miller, which is the way left-handed pitchers have success here. So that ball's running away. You see the catcher reach out and grab it with his tailing away. And Miller pulled off a little bit. Left-handers who are successful pitching here in Fenway Park have the tail on their fastball, the one that moves away from the right-handed hitters to keep him from peppering the left field wall.
You see Manny Ramirez only 1 hit and 8 at-bats. He's the RBI man. And he's been one of the best in the game. But he has not been able to deliver so far in this series. He got 2 men on, 1 man out here. And he got jabbed on that one. And the ball is back out of play. 0-1 now. Ramirez against Lilly has had 5 hits in 9 at-bats. And 2 of those hits have been home runs. So he's had great success against Lilly.
Well, he tried to go in on him there. I tell you what, that pitch was fouled back by Manny. He did not miss it by much.
You know, over the years, a lot of lefties pitching at Fenway have had a hard time even thinking about going inside the right-handed power hitters because that wall is so close. Lilly. I mean, he's got to go inside, but he's right-handed. That's his style.
Well, he's going to have to go in. He doesn't have to throw strikes in there all the time, but he's going to have to keep them honest.
Damon at second. Garcia-Parra at first. 1 out.
Good fastball again.
Got it by him.
He's throwing the ball well, and that's the key. And he's establishing his fastball the first time through the order, and then the next time you'll see him go to maybe a few more off-speed pitches. Perfect location right on the inside corner.
And he's quickly ahead of Ramirez, 0-2 after Damon and Garcia-Parra got on base. Lilly jumped ahead of Miller, finally struck him out. Now he's 0-2 with Ramirez.
Wants it up.
And he struck him out on 3 pitches.
High fastball. I mean, he's throwing the ball well. And that will stifle all that energy I talked about, not only from the fans, but with the Red Sox players as well. See, when the catcher stands up here, that tells you, I want the fastball up here. And he gets Manny to go up and out of the strike zone. I mean, that's good pitching there by Lilly. Get ahead in the count, get him to help you out.
Now, another one of the Red Sox sluggers. He was so strong during the year that David Ortiz had people talking about MVP at the end of the year. 31 homers, 101 RBIs, 325 batting average. He was a great 288 batting average, I beg your pardon. A great presence in the clubhouse as well. And the breaking ball, strike 1. Wow, Lilly got in trouble, and he's been a strike throwing machine ever since.
Well, Barry Zito kept Ortiz off balance with the curveball, threw him a lot of curveballs, and then he buzzed him with the fastball in and away. So he used the breaking ball to set up his fastball, that is Zito, and we'll see if Lilly pitches him the same way. Since Zito had success doing it, you might think that Lilly would try the same thing.
Ortiz did hit a couple of balls in Oakland to left field that were routine outs there that many felt would have caused some trouble with the big wall in left field here. And he has learned to love the wall, as have many left-handed power hitters over the decades. Another slider, and that misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. The first 3 hitters for the Red Sox in this series, well, they've done well. They've done their jobs. They've been getting on base anyway. But then the middle 3 hitters, Ramirez, Ortiz, Millar, they've been shut down, especially Ramirez and Ortiz. 1-1 to David Ortiz. And a fastball. The first fastball of the sequence, fouled back and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he was very late on that. He actually tried to catch up with his hands because his body was slow reacting to it. But he just tried to flip it to left field with his hands.
Historically, Fenway's been tough on left-handed pitchers, and only 4 left-handed starters in postseason play have ever beaten the Red Sox at Fenway Park. Those are the odds that Lilly's facing. Well, they tried to get Ortiz to chase that high one, but Ortiz laid off. He was watching what they did to Manny Ramirez. 2-2. Bobby Ojeda beat them in their 1986 World Series here. The Mets left-handed. Andy Pettit beat them here in the postseason in '99. But only 4 left-handed starters have ever beaten the Red Sox in a postseason game at Fenway. Lilly trying to be the 5th. 2-2. And this time he chased it. Strike 3. So it started so promisingly for the Red Sox. And then 3 consecutive strikeouts. No score. Eric Chavez coming up. Fenway Park. And the Red Sox hoping to set up a game 4 here tomorrow. They'll have to win tonight to do so. And they had a great opportunity to jump ahead of this ball game. Get past them. Had 2 men on, nobody out. And their big hitters up. But Ted Lilly then struck out the side. Very impressive as Eric Chavez, Oakland's cleanup hitter, takes a strike from Derek Lowe. Now the ground ball, the Lowe specialty. And Millar to Lowe for the putout. 1 away. Meanwhile, let's get an update from Wrigley Field. Here is Carl Rackett.
All right, John, thank you. 8th inning, Cubs down 6-2. Eric Karros at the plate. Not anymore. 6-3 after this home run leaves. Karros 6 for 12 in the series. And the Cubs are going to come up in the bottom of the 9th to face Smoltz.
All right, and they're hoping to get that one back to Turner Field, Atlanta, for Kerry Wood up against the Atlanta Braves. Here is Ramon Hernandez, and he takes a strike on the outside. Hernandez, who really damaged the Red Sox in addition to shocking them with that bunt in game 1 that won the game with 2 down. And he too has hit the ground ball here. 5 in a row, retired 4 of them on ground balls. And here's the bunt we're talking about. Bases loaded, 2 down. What a risk. He dropped down the bunt of the infield back, and it was a beauty. The Red Sox were helpless watching the winning run score there. And that was a game they led by a run into the 9th inning. And could not hold that lead. Rubiel Durazo knocked in the tying run, and Hernandez with that stunning bunt. 2 down, nobody on. Scott Hatterberg, the hitter. We're at Fenway Park, top of the 2nd inning. No score in the game. Derek Lowe, the Boston pitcher, has retired the first 5 Athletics. 4 on ground balls. Scott Hatterberg, the hitter now, the former Red Sox. He is 1 for 8 in the series. And that's off the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Derek Lowe said the one thing he was worried about in this start, that, you know, the adrenaline, he might be sky high and overthrow. Well, so far he's staying ahead of the hitters and he's throwing quite well. Good sinker.
Another ground ball, and that's the inning as Jackson throws out Hatterberg. So Lowe is in vintage form, a 7-pitch inning. Kevin Millar coming up for Boston. The Athletics nothing, Red Sox nothing. Last of the 2nd inning now from Fenway Park. Oakland with a 2-0 lead over the Red Sox, needing 1 more win to clinch this series. However, they have lost the last 6 games in which they've had an opportunity to clinch a postseason series.
Most of those were against the Yankees, though.
Yeah, and then last year,
Minnesota. But the Yankees are the ones that have really hurt them.
The last year, now the Twins did win the last 2 games when Oakland had a chance to clinch it.
Right.
The Yankees won the last 3 games when they were in the same spot as the Red Sox. It was the year that Derek Jeter made that play, helping them secure a 1-0 lead in the 3rd game and a 1-0 victory, as it turned out. And of course, they lost the final game in 2000 to those same Yankees. 1-1 the count to Kevin Millar, and a foul that would go back out of play. Now, Millar was one of the guys who got the buzz cut, figuring maybe that would change the Red Sox luck. And a lot of guys followed suit. Not us, of course. Just the Red Sox guys. 1-2, Ted Lilly. And that is grabbed by Chavez, and he does not get him. Remarkable attempt there by Chavez. Base hit from Millar. Meanwhile, things are happening at Wrigley Field. Let's go to Carl Rabbit.
Thank you, John. Indeed they are. John Smoltz came on in the 9th and so far has yet to retire anybody. Randall Simon led off with a double, followed by another double. The tying run in the form of Kenny Lofton is at the plate. And again, Smoltz has yet to retire and out. Let's go back to Fenway. We'll keep you posted.
So we'll keep a close eye on that one, as the Atlanta Braves are trying to stay alive there and get it back to Turner Field for Game 5 tomorrow. Here the Red Sox are just trying to stay alive for another day. Jason Varitek, the big catcher, takes a strike on a slider. Varitek, a switch hitter, and a better hitter from the right side this year. Hit .309 right-handed, and averaged a homer every 13.6 at bats right-handed.
It was interesting. Lilly had struck out 3 straight hitters going with the high fastball. He got 2 strikes on Millar and then threw him a curveball, and he hit a ground ball for a base hit.
There's a fastball to the inside to Varitek, and it's 0-2. So he got maybe a little too clever.
Yeah, I mean, he probably thought, well, they're looking for the high fastball. I'll throw in something else. But if you're successful with it, keep throwing it.
First baseman Hatterberg on the bag with Millar at first. 0-2. There's that high fastball again. No swing there.
Almost, though. They almost got him to go.
First base umpire Jerry Davis rules in favor of Varitek as the Athletics filed an appeal. The middle infielders, Tejada at short, Ellis at second, double play dead. And back to the breaking ball. Foul. 1-2.
I think Lilly has established to the Red Sox that he has a good fastball tonight and that he's not afraid to throw it. And that just opens up all of his other pitches for him. You know, he hasn't thrown many change-ups, but he does have a curveball, slider, and the change. So, but now he can use any of those pitches because they have to look for a fastball. He has established he'll use it. Therefore, you have to look for the fastball and hit off of that.
1-2 the count. This one could be 2.
Tejada boots it. He got ahead of himself and never picked it up. The Red Sox get a huge break.
Well, you know what happened there is I think he was trying to decide whether he's going to flip it. It looked like he was going to flip it to Ellis, and that's probably one of those plays he should have taken himself anyway. He was moving toward the bag, and he probably was just going to have to take one step, touch the bag, and throw it. Now watch this. It's near the bag. Normally the shortstop just takes this himself, but look, he's getting ready to pitch it to Mark Ellis for some reason. So, you know, watch, he's stopping his momentum because he's going to pitch it to Mark Ellis, and he bobbles it.
So that is the first error by the Athletics in this series. Now Gabe Kapler, 2 men on, nobody out again. It was the same scenario that presented itself for the Red Sox in the first inning. Gabe Kapler 0 for 5 in this series, and 3 times he struck out. Kapler hit .291 during the season. Trot Nixon still has that calf problem. If a right-hander had been pitching, though, he likely would have been in there. Third ball to third. This could be 2. There's 1. Chavez to first. A low throw, and that it is knocked away. Heading for third base is Varitek. He'll make it there. So the Athletics, after 2 sensational games defensively, are looking real ragged here. And they booted 2 consecutive double play balls.
Actually, I thought Chavez had a chance to go tag the bag and maybe retire Varitek at second base. Now watch, the ball's hitting near the bag. If he takes third and just throw to second, but he decides he wants to go the long way, and he throws it in the dirt. Scott Hatteberg does a good job of just blocking it but keeping it from him. Now watch, this takes him right to the bag. He takes his time, and he just doesn't get enough on the throw.
Looked like it hit the hip of the onrushing Kapler to bounce away into foul ground, enabling Varitek to move over to third base. So 2 errors by the Athletics here in the second inning. Red Sox have runners at first and third. Now the 9th place hitter, Damian Jackson, who's getting the start, rather than Todd Walker. And you mentioned in our telecast Thursday from Oakland, Joe, that Grady Little had said he'd already decided before Game 2 that Jackson was going to play tonight rather than Walker. That's in there for a called strike.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the fact that Walker, had a couple of defensive lapses, in the second game. He had already made up his mind.
Now Jackson is not your prototypical Red Sox hitter, right? He's not a guy who's a threat to the wall or a threat to hit a long ball here. He's more of a little ball guy. Well, there's another opportunity here. We went for the lead runner instead. Varitek, and Varitek is back. He was interfered with. He's going to be allowed to score. Interference on the base pass, obstruction, and Varitek comes in to score. Another Oakland defensive mistake.
Well, what happened there is they let him get too close to the bag. Hernandez ran him back too far. The key is you always want to run him back towards the bag that he came from, but he lets him get too close before he throws the ball to Chavez. And Chavez fakes him. Now he gives it up, but now he's not sure if someone's going to be there, so see right there, throw the ball. That's the problem. You can't run and fake the throws. And they're calling the interference, of course, on Chavez because he couldn't get out of the way. He makes the play. Now watch. He's not sure somebody's there. He's telling him, give it to me, give it to me. And he doesn't. And a good job there by Varitek to run into Chavez. He did that intentionally as well. It's a good play by Varitek. But Hernandez held the ball too long, and that's why Chavez had to stay there. He wasn't sure somebody was going to be at third base.
Ken Mock out the trunk to Ted Lilly, who could be shaking a little bit right now. The Red Sox have a run home, and he's been getting ground balls and pitching beautifully. Meanwhile, let's go down to Gary Miller.
John, you see Ken Mock out there talking to his team. Now, Grady Little said these series, this tight 5-game set is a series of mistakes. So far, they haven't made any. I asked Ken Mock about it before the game, and he said that unraveled us against the Yanks in 2000 and 2001. Well, they seem to all be happening this inning.
So 3 errors in the inning. That is an error charged to Chavez, who was guilty of the obstruction,
but it really wasn't his fault.
And now the batter is Damon. And he changed up on him. It's 0-1.
Chavez was calling for the ball, and Hernandez didn't give it to him soon enough.
The Red Sox, who usually play some wall ball here, have hit 4 ground balls in the infield, 1 for an infield hit, and then 3 errors. Top line to left. There is McMillan. And the Oakland outfielder has a better success ratio now than any of the infielders who've handled the ball in this inning. In games 1 and 2 in Oakland, the Red Sox committed 3 errors. They could have been charged with more. And then tonight, Oakland with 3 errors in this inning. But the Red Sox, despite all of that, generosity by Oakland with only 1 run home. And here's Nomar. Garcia Parra walked his first time. It started when Tejada booted the double play ball hit by Varitek. And then the wild throw and what should have been a double play made by Chavez. He got 1 man out in that play. And then the obstruction play. So here's Garcia Parra. On the inside from Lilly, strike 1. I mean, Lilly, if he ends up allowing just 1 run in this inning, it would be pretty impressive, all things considered.
Well, one thing, John, all the errors are on the infield. They've kept the ball on the infield. Like the throw by Chavez, Hatterberg kept it from going down the right field line. So that's why they've only been able to score 1 run. Everything has happened right here on the infield.
And the hard slider. Quickly 0-2 to Garcia Parra. Red Sox have a run home, but they have had 6 batters come to the plate with runners in scoring position, and they are 0 for 6 in those at bats so far tonight. They let a lot of great opportunities go by. And he jammed him with that breaking ball and a pop-up. Ellis, and the wind almost carried it away from him, but he held it. Only the 1 run despite 3 Oakland errors. 1-0 Boston.
Wouldn't you know it, Sammy Sosa, John